Sorry about that. Didn't see you there. Okay. Hi there. I'm Herb Dumont, assistant editor to the Stars. I was just synchronizing, well, syncing for those who don't know. That's what we call it in the biz. Some footage. Or at least, I'm trying to. You see, an AE's ability to efficiently organize and sync footage from the field is usually dependent on a crew's proper use of one simple, yet powerful tool. The slate. Next to a reel of film or a director's beret, ascot, jodhpurs, and a megaphone, there is perhaps no symbol more synonymous with film and television production. With just a few strokes of the marker, the crew can quickly communicate exactly which scene and take they're shooting, as well as other important technical information. And with a click of the clapboard, a perfect sync point can be created to ease the merging of multiple cameras, as well as external audio. Yet so often in the course of a hectic, overstuffed day of shooting in the field, this essential device can either be neglected or forgotten altogether. Let me show you what I mean. But first, let's take a look at the proper way for it to be done. Now here's a real pro. Notice how everything written on the slate is perfectly legible and has been angled so that it can be seen by both cameras. Meanwhile, the camera operators have taken care to capture the entire slate within frame, in sharp focus. When the director indicates that shooting is ready to begin, the magic happens.
Scene 7A, take 1, marker.
What you did!
Beautifully done. It only took a moment, but the slater and camera operators worked together flawlessly, and made this take a snap for me to properly name, label, and sync.
Scene 7A, take 1, marker.
Wonderful. If only it was always this simple. Unfortunately, this delicate dance between those behind and in front of the camera can go wrong in a multitude of ways. One misstep during a critical moment can inadvertently lead to an exponential increase in difficulty for their friends in post. Slates can be out of focus or illegible. They can be too dark or too bright. Cramped shooting conditions can lead to slates being too close, while expansive camera setups can lead to them being too far away, making common markers less than ideal. A distracted camera operator can be a bit too hasty. Lack of communication can lead to improper framing, or slate positioning. Then there are unforeseen technical difficulties. Sometimes there may not be a single hand on set that can be spared for our poor friend, the slate. Other times, a conventional slate is not available, and the crew must get creative. Occasionally very creative. Of course, an imperfect slate is still better than none at all. Usually. However, in cases where a take, scene, or even an entire shoot eschews slates completely, the AE must be resourceful in order to organize and sync footage effectively, especially when there is no audio to work with. Call sheets and shot logs can be helpful for the former task, but the latter requires AEs to find their own cues when syncing, such as the blink of an eye, mouth movements, hand gestures, footfalls, blinking lights, and so on. While laborious to find, these sorts of makeshift cues can still work in a pinch for shorter takes. For longer takes full of repetitive movements, however, it can be the stuff of nightmares. As you can see here, cues that seem to sync perfectly in both cameras may turn out to be two entirely separate moments. Each of these failed cues forces the AE to start over from scratch until he or she discovers a true sync point. Don't worry, friend, I'm sure you'll get there eventually. Now, while it's easy for us in post-production to gripe about slates, and we often do, this is not due to a lack of respect for our friends working in the field. We understand that crews are nearly always working with limited resources and under tight deadlines. In such conditions, it is surely easy to feel that slating is just one small detail amid a sea of more pressing concerns. All that we would ask of field teams in those moments is to consider the people who will be prepping the media they are creating, and the deadlines that we face as well in readying that media for anxious producers and editors. Together, we are all different points on the same grand continuum that is media production. And when we work together, we can all. Sorry, boys, I lost it.
No worries, we'll get it. Cut.
We worked.
Okay, Herb, we're gonna have you turn to the B angle and pick up from N when we work together, alright?
Jolly good, chap.
Great, we're ready, everyone? Okay, sound speed?
Speed.
B speeding.
A speeding.
Alright, let's get a slate.
Scene 7, take 2 AB, common markers, soft sticks.
I didn't get that.
Not sure I did either.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Look, whoever uses this office is gonna be back soon. Let's just get this done, alright? They can fix it later in post. Action.
And when we work together, we can all create some serious movie magic. Thank you.